Welcome. It can be noticed that the search can come to an end, but there's no end to opening. The radiance of presence is continually opening. And what that is a maturing of sensitivity, instead of referring to it as growing spiritually. This maturity, has certain recognitions that it that become apparent. And a key one is this habit of labeling. When you label body, mind, love, anger, shame, all of this, eh, you know, is holding reality to be a certain way, and it objectifies reality instead of recognizing this unnameable, undescribable flow of experiencing. So then there is someone who is feeling shame, or there is someone who is now um, becoming free of shame. Uh, I mean, this is all uh, actually a part of unfolding. Um, so it seems like a process, and that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Um, what I'm wanting to speak of here is how this paradox, how this opening can find ways that we hold reality to be, how we can find it falling away. And it's a lot of it noticing how we hold reality to be separate, separate things. And, I can't stress this enough that we were taught this. It's it's our psychological framework. So, it's not wrong, but it can be investigated, it can be explored, and it can it can be recognized that nothing is the way we hold things to be. And that is the loosening, that is the sensitivity. So that becomes, you know, how we begin to experience this presence that is here uh, in in more subtle ways. We hold it and notice it in more subtle ways. Um, there's less attachment to this me character that is having shame, or is getting free from shame, or this me character that is uh, loving, becoming more loving. I mean, it's all very beautiful. So there's nothing wrong with it at all. There's no more right way to be with reality, or more wrong way. Really, who or what I'm speaking to here in this conversation is how seeking can come to an end, and how opening can be ever more revealed. So, just to say first, nobody's missing out on anything if they're holding reality with labels. Uh, Nothing needs to be done or changed or stopped. This is really an important distinction. What I wrote about in Opening to the Mystery is not what I tried to do differently, but what I recognized. And in this continued recognition, how ways that I held reality to be actually simply began to fade. That's a big difference. I wasn't trying to do anything because there is no doer, and that was recognized. So this is where I'm coming from. And, everybody's on their own dot, so to speak. And, the dot is morphing and opening, and awareness, um, perception opens in this flow of this unnameable mystery. So it can be noticed and explored and questioned when I'm calling something a certain thing. What is that? It's a label, you know. If I'm saying something is a certain way, I'm imposing a condition. What I want to clarify is that everything the way it is right now is perfection. And I don't mean perfection uh, in relation to its opposite, imperfection, because there really is no imperfection. When I talk about perfection, I'm talking about the immediacy of what is, and that it is the way it is. So, if it is the way it is, then how could it be anything other than this perfection showing up the way it is showing up? So these are all, for me, they were initially ideas. It was all various ideas that I was learning. But then I had to investigate in my own experience. And that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where anything that thought is thinking about or trying to emulate or remember or practice, that's where it becomes real, when it becomes an investigation in your own direct experience. So my invitation is notice how you hold reality to be. What does that even mean? I mean, that's just a phrase. How you hold reality to be is what you tell yourself. Like, oh, I'm shy, or oh, I don't want to do that because I'll make a fool of myself, or oh, um, what are people going to think? I mean, all these thoughts that we just completely take for granted and don't even notice as they come and go are believed. And it's all relating to this separate, flawed character who has a history and who has problems that they need, or they have a life that they need to manage. So this whole investigation is about seeing how those ideas, because that's all it all is, they're ideas. There's no reality to it. There's no substance to it. It's not a solid thing. See how they are thoughts and see what's really here. So that's the invitation. That is what I would really like to uh, speak to over and over, because that's really the sticking point of what do I call it? Um, this belief in this separate character that needs to improve and that is, you know, um, holding reality to be these finite issues, these finite things. So play with it, play with experience, see what's here. I'd love to hear from you. I would love to hear your comments and questions, what you're experiencing. That would just be so fun. So thank you. I appreciate it.